All 8 research papers show people who followed the diet succeeded in losing body fat, but what happened next was disappointing. When they stopped their diet, most of them regained the weight they'd lost, and some even gained more. And this raises 2 important questions. Was the issue with the diet itself, or what happened afterward? And how exactly can we lose body fat, reach our dream weight, and keep it off forever? Well, the first reason for this failure is when people want to lose weight, they're afraid to eat regular meals, and instead they suddenly change and focus on eating salads, fruits, and some diet foods. And the problem is these diets often don't provide enough calories. They cause intense hunger and cravings for high-calorie foods. As a result, these people give up, return to their everyday routines, and regain the weight. Another reason for this failure is people usually don't know how to keep a balanced diet, and they also don't know why small and realistic changes are important. That's why we should clearly understand how we are planning to reach our fat loss goals and make sure they are real and science-based approaches. Then what exactly should we do to lose our body fat healthily if strict dieting doesn't help enough? First, let's understand the period that we are working on losing weight. During this time, there are some hormonal responses and psychological factors to consider. And this means we can face some physical and mental difficulties. When people suddenly restrict themselves by fully cutting their favorite food, they experience these effects at their highest level. Let's say, as an example, I often eat a bowl of chips, and suddenly I decide not to eat it anymore. And at this point, I must stop and ask myself one question. Until when exactly will I forbid myself from eating chips? This is a simple but essential question that many people don't ask themselves, and it explains why their diets usually don't last long. To be honest, if chips have been a regular food for me, no matter how strong my diet is, when I suddenly cut them out, I will crave them a lot, and I will also feel disappointed for not eating them. However, instead of handling in this way, we can choose a healthier approach. For example, I can decrease the portion size slowly, eat it less often, or make it a part of a balanced meal. Doing this, my body won't be shocked, instead it will use its tolerance to build healthier habits. And most importantly, this method will weaken the physical and mental effects, making it more likely to build consistency. And this is what exactly we need. If we choose this method, the same question might arise, but a bit differently. Until when exactly will I forbid myself from eating that big portion? And the good news is that once this period passes, we won't want the product as much. So we really don't have to worry that we will sacrifice much of our pleasure. As a result, smaller portions will satisfy us fully. We won't feel the need to go back to our previous habit. And most importantly, we will feel good both physically and mentally with this change. We can use this method with all products, making the process of losing body fat much easier. Additionally, whatever approach we take to lose fat, it always comes down to creating a calorie deficit. And this happens when we burn more calories than we consume. So another effective way to lose fat is to increase our energy expenditure. We know that moving more and being active will always help. When we decide to lose weight, we always feel impatient to start new activities. These include running, walking more, lifting weights, doing different types of cardio, or playing sports. However, we need to be careful with one thing. After a short time, many lose motivation and stop doing these new activities. When this happens, they think their plan to lose weight has already failed and they give up. But the truth is, if the goal is to lose fat, it's pointless to stop at this stage. It's pointless because every activity burns calories and it actually works towards our goals. We need to see these changes as a part of transition period to healthier habits. Doing various activities lets our body get used to being active. After some time, we will naturally continue with the activities that suit us best. Increasing activities together with better eating habits will help us lose fat without feeling restricted. We should also know it's normal to experience emotional ups and downs, which might make us eat more calories and be less active. But we shouldn't really be disappointed and stop everything there. Instead, we should see it as a part of our fat loss process and see it as the ups and downs of transition stage that still brings us somewhere we want. I personally believe that when we are already doing well, these instabilities also teach us to regulate our strong cravings. When we are having strong mindset and following these small changes, sometimes experiencing these instabilities instabilities makes us think further and question how much of a specific product we actually need, and makes us more determined to continue. Our main goal should be to build long-term habits, not just lose fat quickly. That's why it's really worth to start with small changes that add up over the time and become consistent. And thank you for watching, and please like the video and comment below what you would like to see next, and don't forget to subscribe.